Showik has to be confronted with Dipesh and Rhea Chakraborty. There are specific roles, ingredients of the criminal conspiracy, abetments and various attempts to commit offences. Yes, Tamal? Tamal, if you're through, if you can hear me, news just coming in that there are specific roles and ingredients of criminal conspiracy. I don't think we have Tamal. Mohit and Vaji are with us. Yes, Vaji.
Well, Pranesh, Vaji is just getting us more info as we speak, but what I can tell you right now is the fact that Showik, Samuel Miranda and others are going to be cross-questioned, and more importantly, you know, like what the special public prosecutor just told us, this is the most important part, that you know, on one hand you have you know, Rhea Chakraborty being about to be summoned, but on the other hand you also have, you know, a constant cross-questioning which is currently going on, and this is something that is that would be very crucial for everyone. Now, more importantly, what we have already got to know are, as the public prosecutor was also telling us, that the digital footprint is something that was really a dead giveaway. This is something that, you know, our group editor Navika Kumar had already told us. You know, and this is something that the special prosecutor has already come out with. Now, the digital footprint, you know, that is the story that we brought to our viewers exclusively on Times Now. It was very clear that there were at least 12 digital transactions which were made. All of them are being probed.
Hold your thoughts. Let's listen into reactions coming in. More people now talking about the case. Listen in.
Are you sending a summon to Rhea Chakraborty today?
Not sent yet. Not sent yet. Once it will be sent, it will come.
So you, in the remand, you have also mentioned that Showik Chakraborty has to be confronted with Dipesh Sawant and Rhea Chakraborty, which means Rhea Chakraborty will be summoned. Is it happening today?
It's a court document which you are talking about.
Yeah.
So what about? I'll not be in a position to discuss about the court document in the open media. Number one. Number two. As far as tomorrow's progress is concerned, we'll not be in a position to disclose what's happening tomorrow.
As you are aware, today we have obtained police custody remand of 2 more persons. Okay, so that makes 4 people with us who are under custody remand. Whole morning we have been busy in the court. My officers have been busy in the court. I've just come. We will sit together now and look at the whole situation and decide our plan of action. Control Bureau is the national agency, the uppermost layer, uppermost drug law enforcement agency for drugs. Okay, we look at international connections and interstate connections. Normally, we look at international and interstate connections. We look for the big fish. Normally, this is not part of our mandate. But now that we are getting information, we will not shirk our responsibility. The whole idea of taking custody remand is to make people confront each other, to clarify their individual roles. So yes, we will be asking her to join the investigation and maybe some other people, because we also need clarity who did what. And that is the point of custody remand. So I am telling you that we will be asking her to join the investigation.
That was Mr. M.A. Jain, Deputy DG of the Narcotics Control Bureau, telling Times Now about what happens next. Let me quickly open this up. Joining us, Asif Bhamla of the BJP and Syed Asad Abbas, political analyst. Good evening, all of you. Mr. Abbas, I'll come to you. Mr. Bhamla, what do you make of this? Because you would remember, sir, when Times Now put out the Rhea Chakraborty drug disclosure, many people were actually making fun of it. They said this is kite flying. And on the back of that investigation and expose today, the NCB has made arrests.
You see, it is always a question mark, because if you see, the pages of the diary were missing earlier. If you go to if you go a little in the flashback, the hard drives were destroyed. So these were instances, and the forensic experts had already admitted that there were lapses. And now that the AIMS team is there, I think they're doing a mock trial with your Siddharth Pitani, Me Too, his sister, the Keshwani and Neeraj. So I'm sure truth will come out, because you see now I'm sure Sushant will come in the dreams of Rhea and say that by now there are 3 agencies working, and I'm sure Sushant will tell her that tomorrow or day after latest you will be going for a custodial investigation, and when you will go for a custodial investigation, the facts will be off, because she has been a suspect number 1 from day 1. So I think it's high time now, the reins are tightened and she should be called for this, and she's always been under the suspicious and the throne of suspicion from day 1. So now I think it's time, and I think it's surprising that the Mumbai police could not take this up over a period of 70 days, and we are seeing that the CBI has come, three agents are working parallelly, and there is a sizable outreach that is happening. We already have her brother Samuel Miranda and Showik Chakraborty, who are under they are under custody. So I'm sure they will come out with facts, and all the facts will finally lead that it was Rhea who used to procure drugs, it was Rhea who used to give drugs to Sushant, and it's Rhea.
Well, we don't know. Well, we don't know what will come out, but what we do know, and Tamal Saha is joining our broadcast. Mohit Sharma is also with me, and Wajiullah is also with us. I will go out to our reporters, but quick comment from you, Mr. Abbas. What we do know at the stage is about all those deleted WhatsApp messages in which Rhea Chakraborty is talking to the drug peddlers. That is incriminating.
Well, Pranay Sahab, I was very keenly hearing my good friend Asif Bhamla Sahab. He did make his several points. But then again, the fact that I'd like to bring to your notice is undoubtedly Times Now, as a matter of fact, as a media house, has done a brilliant job. It was your channel that brought out the first visions of the drug chat, undoubtedly. But the other point that I'm trying to drive, what happened with Mumbai police
Times Now has been doing a job which the police was originally supposed to do.
Sir,
unfortunately.
I heard you patiently.
But that's the question you should be answering. Mr. Bhamla is right. He's spot on when he says this is what the Mumbai police should have done.
Okay, let me answer that. Thank you, sir. So Mumbai police if Mumbai police has not done this, that, say Mumbai police is so incompetent, why then in the records of history of India, it stands as one of the top police officers? Also, as a matter of fact, CBI has 2 Mumbai police officers in their team. Sir, let bygones be bygones. CBI has come into the picture. Let's not jump the gun, Asif Bhamla Sahab.
Who's jumping the gun? No, despite all of this, 1 minute, I'll show you the drug chats. No, 1 minute, Mr. Abbas. How convenient an argument, but we will not allow you to get away with it. Look at these chats. Mr. Bhamla, I'll bring you in. Just give me a minute. Let me show him the drug chats on the back of which the case was filed, and that was when the crackdown began. This is from Rhea Chakraborty to Showik. He smokes 4 a day, so plan accordingly. March 15, 2020, Showik to Rhea, and bud, does he want? Yes, bud also. Okay, so we can get 5 grams of bud. Look at the conversation. That's 20 doobies, 20 dopes. I don't know what it means. Now, what is this? Mr. Abbas?
Pranay Sahab, let me tell you, undoubtedly, Pranay Sahab, you and your investigation team, Rahul Shivshankar Sahab, Navika Kumarji, you've done a spectacular job. No media was reported. It was Times Now which was first to report this, no doubt about it. Taking this leap which helped the Narcotics Control Bureau, hats off to your team. But the point that where I differ from Asif Bhamla Sahab, he comes from a party called BJP. BJP want to entail Mumbai police, and they want to entail the political aghadi, because it is politics for them. They want to focus here. They want to do.
Mr. Abbas, now you tell me, why did the Maharashtra Home Minister jump the gun and dismiss the case as suicide? No, you tell me. You can blame Mr. Bhamla for his arguments, but you have to answer the question. Now answer that. Why did the Home Minister jump the gun? Plain and simple. Answer that.
Yes, I will answer you within 20 seconds, sir.
सियासत को ना लाया बात एक साधारण सा प्रश्न है कि जिसमें एक व्यक्ति की मृत्यु हो जाती है 70 दिन तक
Bhamla Sahab, allow me to complete, sir. I didn't interrupt you in your time. Sir, I didn't interrupt you in your time.
Go ahead, make your point. Mr. Abbas, quickly.
Thank you, sir. So what he said was not suicide. He said alleged suicide. So there is a difference between alleged suicide, alleged murder, so on and so forth. It wasn't written on a sheet that
doesn't cut ties, Mr. No, 1 minute, Mr. Abbas, doesn't cut ties. Tamal is joining us with more details of the investigation. Tamal, quickly.
Well, that's right. What you're picking up from our sources that, very likely Rhea Chakraborty would be summoned tomorrow. Very likely, because as a matter of fact, NCB has made it very clear before the court that NCB would want Showik Chakraborty be confronted with Dipesh Sawant and Rhea Chakraborty. Now, Showik Chakraborty's custody with NCB is still September 8. September 9, he has to be produced before the Sessions Court once again. So before September 8, Rhea Chakraborty will be here at the NCB office. And when she comes, she will have to answer several tough questions. For example, what was the transaction? What was the transaction like? How did her credit card was used by Showik Chakraborty and she did not know? What about the chats which clearly indicate that she had been asking Showik Chakraborty to score? How, most importantly, Samuel Miranda, in his confession to the NCB, has suggested that he was scoring for Sushant Singh Rajput. Poor Sushant Singh Rajput, he is not even here and he can't come for his own defense. So whether Showik Chakraborty, Samuel Miranda were actually scoring using Sushant Singh Rajput's name, it's something that has to be investigated, and Rhea Chakraborty
and there are other facets of the probe which we'll discuss after this short break. Our reporters and guests stay with us. Use the hashtag SSRians versus the drugs mafia. This is the Times Now campaign. Sign the petition on change.org. A short break. We are back in just a bit. Welcome back. You are watching a rolling coverage of the Sushant investigation. SSRians versus the drugs mafia is our hashtag. It's a Times Now campaign, and we are urging you viewers, you use the hashtag, sign the petition, and this is your platform. Use this to name and shame the drug mafia, expose them, and let's fight this fight together. MC Abbas and Asif Bhamla still with us. Mr. Bhamla, now in all of this, the Maharashtra government's role has come under the scanner. But despite all of this, every day, almost every day, the Maharashtra Home Minister comes out and says that this is an attempt to slander the Mumbai police.
You see, I don't understand why the truth was buried and why was the need, why the need arose to have the CBI here. I have never spoken wrong or derogative about the Mumbai police. I myself am a Mumbaikar. But in this particular thing, I don't know what the masters have guided and how this entire thing has worked. You see, there are many instances to the entire thing that has led to this. If you see the financial dealing, there has been cash withdrawals of more than 80 lakhs from the credit card. And what has been the source of Rhea's income? And what is the, if you see the financial transactions that has happened, she has lived a life king size. She has simply used Sushant for embezzling the funds to acquire and procuring films and to getting close to the top people of the film industry. And what is the brother's business, if I may ask? If you see, Showik Chakraborty has been jobless over the years of the reports that have been exhibited by your channel only, and suddenly all these company formations. So there has been a large-scale embezzlement of funds, for which I'm sure now the ED and all the investigation agencies, because now there are 3 agencies that are probing. So I am sure, and moreover, I think at the earliest it's very.
And I'll get a response from Mr. Abbas, but let's hear from our viewers. Mr. Chandrasekharan is on the line. Sir, good evening. Go ahead.
I'm Chandrasekhar from Chennai.
Go ahead.
I wanted to know 2 things. One is, the CBI, is it not convinced? Hello? CBI is not convinced that the crime scene has been mishandled and there are lapses in the autopsy. So these 2 things are attributed to only to Maharashtra police. Why this CBI has not even arrested and put them in custody and inquired them about them?
All that will happen, Mr. Chandrasekharan, I can assure you, because sources are telling Times Now that the Mumbai police botch up in this case under the scanner, and top officials of the Mumbai police will also be summoned and quizzed about what they did and what they did not do. Mr. Abbas?
Yes, a quick response to Asif Bhamla Sahab. I think he hasn't seen the Enforcement Directorate findings carefully. Respected sir, there were 3 companies which were mentioned. Let me just entail you on that. First company, Realitics, where Showik, Rhea, and of course Sushant Singh Rajput are partners, 33% each, and they have respectfully from their respective account, 33,000 is the amount deposited, and that is the only
Talk about the
transaction
drug tax.
recorded by ED.
Mr. Abbas, talk about the drug tax. Talk about the drug tax.
Pranay Sahab, give me time like you gave Asif Bhamla Sahab. Just 30 seconds
You
more.
know,
The
giving
second
drug with or
inside
without
the
knowledge in
church.
itself is a big crime. What about
Okay, now
that?
heckle.
And now to her own brother and
Heckle
Samuel
more.
Miranda has confessed that she
Sir, I did not
was
heckle you. I did
procuring
not
drugs
speak
to
when you
give
spoke
him.
to me.
What are you going to talk about that, Abbas?
Sir, I did not heckle you. I did not interrupt
Okay,
you.
1 minute. Let me bring in viewers also. Kailash is joining us from Mumbai. Kailash ji, good evening. This is your platform, sir. Bataiye.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me. 3 points. Just give me 20 seconds. Number 1, yes, we are proud of our Mumbai force. They are the second world best police force. But there is a political interference. Entire Mumbaikar, entire Maharashtra knows that. Second, why Mr. Abbas is supporting, because the LA Secular Party Congress is supporting LA Communal Party Shivsena in the government. And third, why the state government is not giving free hand to Mumbai police to clean the drugs available in each and every lane.
Is
of
there a
Mumbai.
political patronage? That's a good point Mr. Kailash made. Venkatesh is joining us from Delhi. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I just wanted to pinpoint 2 or 3 things. First of all, I guess Uddhav Thackeray, he's in the government in Mumbai. And if Uddhav Thackeray is there in Mumbai, what about the Mumbai police? What they were doing? Were they sleeping there? Now, when the CBI is able to find so many things, when the drug cartel is going on, so much things are going on in Bollywood.
You said it, sir. That's exactly what we've been raising on Times Now, that federal agencies have brought out the truth. The Mumbai police could have done it. They did not do it. Mr. Bhamla, Mr. Abbas, I thank both of you for joining us on Times Now.